Good morning, everyone. It's almost 10 o'clock. We've been up for about 2 hours. Just in general, I didn't love it. And I'm just guessing 6 at the earliest because of the weather. Gabriel woke up, which got us out of bed. He was crying, and then he continued to cry until he finally decided to come sit with me on the couch. So we watched Chicken Little and got breakfast, and now he's in a good mood. And he has spit up so many times, it's insane. And I changed his outfit and diaper and such for the morning. And then he continued to spit up, so I had to change his blanket and spit up rag. So now we're just chilling, watching Cars. Hopefully he'll fall asleep. And then after Cars, we're gonna probably try and do an activity, because right now Gabriel's playing in his kitchen. That's what our morning is like so far. I think today I'm going to attempt to wrap him in the soft body carrier and see how that works. Honestly, we didn't put Gabriel in a carrier until I think 6 months, 5 or 6 months, because we only had a bigger one, and he was big enough for it because it was 8 pounds and up. He was big enough for it from the time he was little. I just didn't know how to use it, and it was new, so I was nervous. This one is also new, so I haven't used it yet, even though there's plenty of times where I've wanted to, just because I want someone else to be home when I do it, just to keep an eye on Gabriel, keep him happy, just so that I'm not rushing and doing it wrong by accident. But we might cave and do it today. As soon as he spit up a ton, I came back with this new rag and blanket. I was like, okay, maybe we've got a tummy issue, or maybe it's we're out of alignment or something. Because sometimes when babies get a little out of alignment with their neck and stuff, they can have trouble, they have a lot more spit up issues. And it wasn't a burp thing, because I had just burped him right before that. And he doesn't, he spits up more than Gabriel does, or did, but not super commonly. So I was like, might be something going on. So we did something that the chiropractor recommends after long trips and stuff. And then I rubbed his tummy, because he pooped a little bit yesterday, but not much. So I was like, okay, maybe that's what's going on, and his tummy just hurts. He's trying to get a poop out, and it's making him spit up. And so I rubbed his tummy, we did bicycle legs and all that kind of stuff, and now he's falling asleep. I think that he did have kind of an upset stomach. So hopefully he'll go down, take a little nap, and then when he wakes up, he'll be feeling good. He woke up at I woke up at 5 this morning. He was not awake, and I was like, alright, it's time to get up. I had slept for less than 5 hours. And I was like, no, this is a small nap. I need twice this amount of sleep. Get at least 8 hours. That's what my body needs. Obviously, I don't get that much, so not what I need to function, but I was up for an hour and a half or something, until I finally turned on rain sounds on my phone, and I was like, whatever, and I fell asleep. But I fell asleep before I didn't need to wake up my husband. I was just gonna do it to be nice, and I fell asleep before that. So he was a little bit late, or he just left later than he likes to, which means he has to stay later than he wants to. I could go change my other son's diaper. I don't think either of them are ready, but here we go. Okay, so we don't have a dirty diaper, so we're not changing that yet. We're waiting. That's the wrap. It's the Mom Cozy brand, and he was sleeping. He might go back to bed. So just in case he does, I'm going to quick go to the kitchen. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm going to load all of these dishes. Ta-da! I mean, it's dirty, but it's empty. And now we are going to go check on the baby again. Oh, he's passed out again. He's playing in the kitchen. We're gonna go get a meal to prepare for dinner. Sliding on my brother's shoes because my shoes are boots that are in the entry, in the entryway and not like up in the closet. My husband also took the car to go get the check engine light fixed today. You coming? Come on, Stell. Okay, so these are my freezer meals. If you watched a couple of videos back when I made these, I didn't record the whole process, but this was one of, this is taco soup. So we're putting it in the crock pot. Should be good. But one thing about this meal specifically, and just the freezer meals in general, I do them straight frozen from the bag. But because they're frozen in the bag, they're frozen to the bag. So I've got to run lukewarm water over them to get them to thaw out quicker because I don't want to leave them in the fridge overnight. So that's just my plan. Per the recipe, I only need this in there for 3 to 4 hours, which gets us done at around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So we might do this for lunch and leftovers for dinner. I might warm it up and then put it, like, heat it up to cook it and then put it on warm. I haven't decided yet. But one thing I do love about those recipes is that even though you have to run the water over them, you just have to loosen up or thaw the bag enough to slip out the food and you're good to go. So we've had applesauce for breakfast and milk, and then he had some chips for a snack because he really wanted them. And I have a coffee that my husband picked up from McDonald's yesterday. It's very tasty. Not quite cold enough because I had it sitting on the counter for a little while. So I gotta put it back in the fridge to get cold again. Did I put that outside? Oh crap. I have this champagne. It's rosé champagne left over from New Year's. And I put it outside last night because I was gonna have Gregory have some of it with me. And I forgot it outside, so it's all snowed over. But it's fine. Also, the snow has been crazy since the storm yesterday. Baby's still sleeping, and he's sleeping just fine, so I'm gonna let him. Honestly, this hurts my eyes so bad. But my point is, my husband, like, do you see how thick that is on the roof? That's pretty thick. That's pretty thick. So the house is extra warm and insulated, but it snowed a lot since my husband snowplowed last night, which he did at like 10 o'clock. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And look, even like the covered part of the walkway has a decent amount of snow on it. Like, it's covered. And you can see like how deep the snowbanks are. And that basically all came from yesterday. And then there's our neighbor's yard, and those snowbanks are huge. I don't know, like, it's kind of hard to see, like, tell from the video, but they're huge. Okay, they're huge. So we've been doing pretty well health-wise since healing up from after baby and not getting a cold or anything like that. But I've noticed that I've gotten like sniffly type situation every morning. So we're going to take zinc again. I'm going to take some emergency. Gabriel and I both are going to do it. And then we're going to take a probiotic. So we're going to take some vitamins quick. So we've taken probiotic, immune system support. Is that you? We're gonna nurse, and I'm gonna drink this drink. Hopefully Gabriel's gonna drink his and not spill either of ours, and we're gonna be good. You also may have noticed Christmas is still well and alive in our home because we celebrate the 12 days of Christmas around here, which is why we don't put it up until after Thanksgiving, because then it stays up until January 6th, which is Epiphany, and we exchange gifts again, and then that's the end of Christmas season for us. But until then, it stays up. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Yeah, I don't want the ball still. So we just changed a big boy diaper, and then someone was freaking out, so now we're nursing again. It's also play the piano time, apparently. So here we are. So as you can see, we're having a variety of leftovers for lunch. We've got chocolate cheesecake, pork chops, and green beans, which are mostly done. Leftover french fries and a cinnamon roll, which he didn't touch. He also had cheese. And yeah. Oh yeah, and then he had a couple chocolates because he didn't want the chocolate cheesecake. I ate that. So, real fun stuff. It's like 3:30. My toddler did a nap. My baby did not. Now he's kind of napping, but like lightly. I can't put him down anyway, so that's good. My lip is peeling. Also good. My dinner is ready though, so it's prepared and good to go, which is solid. My sister should be here at some point in time. And eventually my husband will be home, but until then we're just sitting here letting a baby nap because he really needs a nap. Okay, my sisters are here, so I'm going to take a shower. And then I think we're probably gonna have dinner after that. My husband probably won't be home till like 6, and it's like 4:30 maybe. And I'm just guessing 6 at the earliest because of the weather. And he has to do a bunch of stuff, so good times. I'm in the car. I finally got out here after my iron infusions. The red nose is because it's freezing cold outside. It's actually not that cold, but it's still chilly. It's not super windy though, so that's a plus. I have a Jolly Rancher because I didn't eat anything this morning, so I ran out of time. And so I'm putting a little bit. I had graham crackers there, but I'm putting sugar into my body. Honestly, it was not fun. I could feel like the iron going into my vein was so uncomfortable, but the needle itself I couldn't really feel. And it was a needle, not a tube. Just in general, I didn't love it. I had to get poked twice. I felt like crying. I don't feel any better, and I know it's not an immediate result kind of thing, but still. There are no immediate results, and it really is making me feel like it's not worth it. But I scheduled my next one anyway, so here we are. But once I finish all 4 rounds, I'm done. The nicest part was that I could just like sit on my computer for a couple hours, but I could only use my left hand, so it didn't matter. So now I have to be extra prepared and make sure I'm drinking way more water so that they can find my veins more easily, and hopefully do it on my left hand without it hurting. On the bright side, the cold outside kept my coffee cold and my ice didn't melt. So it's fresh. I didn't want to drink this before going in because coffee dehydrates you, and I didn't want to dehydrate myself, so I just brought my water. Anyway, I'm gonna get going now and go see my boys because that'll make me feel better. But it's already like 2:40, and Gregory's gonna be leaving work in like a little less than 2 hours, hopefully, so. I need to get that bad boy. But this big boy is sleeping. So is Gabriel. I am once again in the process of editing and finishing a video, and I didn't include an outro clip. And so this has been most of a day in my life, plus some little bits and pieces from the next day, talking about my iron infusion. If you have any more questions about the iron infusion, please leave them down below, or anything specific you want to see in like a morning routine, afternoon routine kind of thing. Also let me know. I don't typically film in the afternoon because my son gets crabby and then I gotta put him to sleep, and that takes 2 hands. It honestly should take 3, but I only have 2, so I don't really have my camera out for that, and he's tired, so I'm not going to film him, and since I'm holding him, that's the only way to film myself. But additionally, and then by the time it's like evening time, I like take a break, and then I'm like, okay, I should do something, and then he's awake, and then it's time to get dinner, and all that kind of stuff, so the hands just go away. I will try to do better at the whole afternoon thing, and I want to do a video where I try and get literally a start to end of a day, but every time I think about doing it in the morning, I'm like rushing out of bed to go somewhere, get something done, so excuses, excuses. Anyway, please leave your comments down below on anything you want to see or talk about or any of that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we will see you next time.
Love, Genevieve.